Unzip your download and locate the pattern size you wish to use in the main folder of the download. Open the PDF document in a reader, such as Adobe Acrobat Reader, and select Print. This will bring up a print menu. Let's go over the print settings together. Select to print page 2 by itself. This page has a print scale key we'll use to check the scale of the print. Under your page sizing and handling settings, set the page scale to 100% or actual size if the print menu doesn't have a scale option. In the page orientation settings, select Center on Page or Auto to center the print in the middle of the page. If your print menu settings look similar to these, you're ready to print the test page. Page 2 should look like this when printed correctly. It should be centered on the page and have a light gray dashed border visible. If it doesn't look like this, don't worry. We'll cover common print errors at the end of the video. Use a ruler or measuring tape to check the scale of the print. When printed correctly, the ruler on the page should match your ruler. Both inches and centimeters are included on the print scale key. Use whichever you're more comfortable with. If the scale is correct, you can now print the entire document. If not, we'll cover what to do if the scale is off in a bit. On most of our printed home patterns, the first 3 pages are informational pages. Page 2 contains the pattern symbol key and the print scale key. Page 3 contains the printout placement guide. Both are important, so keep both these pages. Each page of the pattern has a faint dashed line border. Using paper scissors, cut off the bottom and right edges of each page along these dashed lines. If you have a paper cutter, you can use it to speed up this process. Once your pages are trimmed, start assembling the pattern. You'll need clear tape and paper weights. I'm using stacks of Post-it notes here as weights. Overlap the pages so the dashed lines meet and tape them together. The large gray page numbers should always be in the upper left-hand corner. Check the printout placement guide regularly to confirm that your page order is correct. Page placement errors will make the pattern not line up correctly, so it's best to check the placement guide every few pages when taping them together in rows. Save time and stress. Most of our printed home patterns are 7 pages across or less to make it easy to assemble in rows on a 5-foot dining room table, which can be found in many U.S. households. Tape the rows of pages together, starting with the top row and working downwards. You can do this on the floor or other flat surface if you don't have a table to use. Check the page placement often to save yourself extra work. Once the pages of the pattern are assembled and compared to the placement guide for accuracy, you're ready to cut out your pattern pieces. Cut the patterns out along the outer dark gray solid lines. These are the seam allowance lines. Our patterns use 5/8 seam allowance and occasionally include 1-inch hems. The black lines are the sewing lines. Do not cut along these. Let's go over some common print errors that will require you to reprint. We'll compare pages with errors to this correctly printed page. You should not use a page that's not to scale, or if it's not centered, like this printout on the right. The dashed line border needs to be visible on all 4 sides of the page, and the scale key should match a ruler. If a print is set to fit to page, it'll print out at the wrong scale. Often it'll also be off-centered on the page. To fix this, make sure to set the scale at 100%. If a page is set to portrait or landscape, it'll print off-centered. This will cut off parts of the pattern. To fix this, set your page orientation to auto or centered and check the preview to see if it's correct. Sometimes printers will have minor feed errors that will cause printouts to be crooked on the page. To fix this, simply reprint that page. If the grays on your test print are not showing up or are too light, it needs to be reprinted. Many important details will be lost otherwise. Light or missing grays can be caused by several issues. Printing on draft settings can cause this, as can printing in grayscale. If possible, print in color and always use standard quality or better. Laser printers can have issues with grays too if they're not calibrated. To fix this, make sure to turn up the contrast on the printer's settings. Using software that does not have native PDF support will distort the pattern. Signs of this are inaccurate fonts, missing symbols, scale issues, or curved lines showing up as straight edges. Do not print with a word processor. This is a very common cause of print issues. To avoid this, always view and print PDF patterns with a PDF reader like Acrobat Reader. If you have more questions, we have an FAQ section for our patterns on our website. Thanks so much for working with our patterns. You can find more resources and tutorials on marita.com. I look forward to seeing what you make with them.